Okay, let me ask you a question. Let's say you were around in the 1850s, early 1860s, and there's a runaway slave that knocks on your door, and you have to decide whether you'll shelter, hide this runaway slave, or turn him in. What would you do? Because the law would say you have to turn this slave in. Or how about this? It's in the 1940s, and you're in Holland, and you hear a knock at your door, and it's Anne Frank and her family. They need a place to be hidden, or else they're going to be sent to a concentration camp. What would you do? Because the law at that time required you to turn her into the Nazis. Okay, I got one more example. Last month, there was a kid named Emerson Calendars here in Cincinnati who had been a star soccer player, graduated from high school, no criminal background. He had been brought to this country by his parents at the age of 8 from Honduras. He had no say in coming here, but guess what? Last June 18th, they deported him. So, what about that? Let's say he knocked on your door and said, "Can I stay here because ICE is going to arrest me?" What would you do? You see, the question that I'm raising here is it always ethical to obey the law, especially if the law is an unjust law? I think we know the answer about the slavery issue, and I think we know the answer about the Holocaust. But what about the situation we have now? Do you know that of the 59,000 people that are in ICE custody, less than 30% have been convicted of a crime? Many, the majority of people that are being deported, contrary to what President Trump likes to say, aren't gang members. They're not violent. They're people who just came here, and many of them have been working at jobs for years and obeying the laws. Not to mention kids like this Calandras kid who came here without even knowing that he was being brought here and who's never been back to Honduras, which, by the way, is a crime filled, gang ridden country. Tom Homan, who's the head of the deportation program for President Trump, says that, hey, these people who came here illegally broke the law. And if you break the law, no matter how long you've lived here as a law abiding citizen, if you break the law, we're going to deport you. Well, I'd ask him the question, is there a time when the right thing to do is to disobey an unjust law? I'm Phil Heimlich, and this is The Radical Middle.